I hear you'd like to complete the new dungeon. Well, I'm going to show you how. How's it going, guys? Higgs here, and this is my dungeon guide. When you first spawn in, you'll have to traverse the rocky path. Red flags mean you're going in the right direction. And when you come to the bridge, cross it and follow the path around. Get to the big brown doors, go through them, and this is where you'll encounter the first boss. This encounter is where you will deal with the core mechanic, Imminent Wish. Ads will spawn in, so just take care of them for now. You'll then see Imminent Wish come up with a 30-second timer. Then you'll get teleported above the boss into a cage. To get out the cage, shoot the three eyes as the cage is lifting up, and the door will open. Side note, you can shoot your teammates' eyes as well to help them out if they need it. If you don't shoot the three eyes, well, you die. Once you do jump out, you'll notice two black blights with a circle around them on the floor. You need to stand in them, but you don't actually need to shoot them, so you can concentrate on enemies if they are dealing damage. You then need to wait until the little blight opens up, and that then activates them. Once the Imminent Wish timer gets to 0, damage phase starts. And this gives you a buff called Naeem's Wish Empowerment, and this will have a timer. If you get both blights, you'll have 20 seconds. If you get one blight, you'll have 10 seconds. So just to explain Imminent Wish, that is your timer in order for you to complete everything we've just gone through. As soon as that timer hits 0, the damage phase will start, but that's only if you get either 1 or 2 blights. So do as much damage to the boss as possible with the time that you've got. Once that's over with, rinse and repeat, and after you defeat the first boss, you'll then be transported into a prison cell, and just to kick you while you're locked up behind a cage, your loot will just be right there in front of you. So how do we get out of the prison cell? Well, if you look up, you can all see 2 dials each. If you shoot it once, it turns left. If you shoot it twice, it stops, and for a third time, it will turn right. In order to figure the rotation, there is a skeleton in 2 of the cells with either their left or right arm on a stone with lines. So, as you can see, I have a skeleton with his right arm on 4 lines, which means 4 of the 6 dials need to be shot to the right, which will then leave another 2 to be shot to the left. Once they're moving in the correct order, the teammate opposite me, he can actually see a little lever that is just to the left of my cage there. He will shoot that. There will be a little delay and the doors will open, and then hooray, you can collect your loot. After this, make your way through the corridors, explore if you want. It's worth doing because there are some chests there which you may or may not be able to open. Keep moving forward and upwards. You'll bump into some enemies, you'll actually meet the final boss, but keep moving forward. Jump through here and go up the stairs to the second boss encounter. So in this encounter, where the boss stands, you'll actually see 4 pillars going around him. Them 4 pillars will need to be lit in order for you to start the damage phase. First off, you're going to see some blighted eyes either side of the boss. You're going to need to shoot them. Once you've done this, Malorus' second broken knight will spawn, and shortly after, a black blight will spawn next to him. But please note, if you down him before the blight spawns, you will not spawn another one, so wait for the blight, down the knight, and then you'll have 2 blights next to each other. Once you start damaging the knight, the Imminent Wish timer will come up again and start counting down from 30 seconds. So you need to activate both blights. Another broken knight also appears on the opposite side of the map, which will give you a total of 4 blights. So whilst all this is going on, a debuff called Biting Cold will appear. If this gets to ×9, you die. You get rid of this by turning around and standing in these heaters with the red flags on them. You'll get shelter from the storm, which will reset the Biting Cold. Once the Imminent Wish timer has ended, go back to the spawn location and you'll see the solar charges have appeared. The number of these will depend on how many blight rings you captured, with the max being 4. So you pick one of these up and go towards one of the pillars that I mentioned earlier, and then you're going to use the solar charge to ignite the flame. You have to ignite all 4 to start the damage phase, but please plan out what pillar you'll start damage from, as this will be the last one you ignite. When you've ignited the 4th one, an orange ring will surround that pillar, plus the other 3, and by standing inside it, you will get Naeem's Wish Empowerment with 15 seconds. Deal damage, and once the timer hits 0, move to the next pillar, do damage, move to the 3rd pillar, do damage, and then move to the 4th. So all in, you can get a maximum of 60 seconds damage, but please bear in mind, if one of your teammates or you accidentally walks through another pillar, that pillar will then be activated and you will potentially lose 15 seconds damage. So once you've activated all 4 pillars, done all the damage you can, that means the damage phase is over, and you will then just need to repeat until the boss is finally defeated. So after you've defeated the boss, you're then going to be traversing again until you get to a Taken Blight room, but take your time and explore because you're going to come to some chests which may or may not be traps. So once you get past the Taken Blight room, keep moving forward and jump in, defeat the enemies, you'll then see the Mr. Meatball again, keep going up past him, kill some more enemies, up the spiral stairs, and then you are at the final boss encounter. So this is the boss room. You'll start from the bottom and eventually work your way all the way up to the top. So jump down and start the encounter, kill the enemies that spawn, and like the last fight, kill the blighted eyes to spawn the knights. Once the blight has spawned next to him, down him as quick as you can to then spawn another blight, activate both of them. There will be another knight on the opposite side again as well, which will give you a total of 4, and this will give you 20 seconds damage. Imminent Wish is still active here, so you have until 0 seconds to get the max of 4 blights. But there are some different things to look out for in this encounter, guys. You'll notice it says Hex of Vengeful Corruption is counting down. Well, you need to get rid of this before it hits 0, and you do this by meleeing the corrupted Vex Drinker, which will pass the Hex onto him. But if he melees you back, the Hex will be passed back to you, so keep away from him after you've passed the Hex on. Once Imminent Wish hits 0, Naeem's Wish Empowerment activates and damage phase starts. You get 5 seconds per blight activated, so the amount of time depends on what you activated. Do enough damage to get past the light yellow on the health bar, and the boss will then move on up. The next level is exactly the same principle as below. Kill knights, activate blights, pass on the Hex, and do enough damage to clear the light yellow on the health bar, and then you'll move up one more level again, and it's exactly the same as the previous 2 levels below you. But once this section is done, you'll then move up, and where you'll stand on this platform, you'll then see Naeem Empowerment, which comes up, but it is without a timer. You need to do as much damage as possible until the platform you're on starts turning into Taken and starts damaging you. Just note that these Taken Blights next to the boss, they're not there for anything else other than just to annoy you. So you can take them out if you need to, but it's not necessary. So after this, you're going to jump across to the next platform. You're going to repeat the same thing, and then you're going to jump across to the 3rd platform. Once this starts damaging you, you'll then get teleported to the bottom and rinse and repeat. Once you get to the last health checkpoint, you'll go into the final stand. This doesn't have a timer, so just stay alive and finish the boss off. Once you've done that, congratulations, you've just completed the dungeon. And there we have it, guys. That is my dungeon guide. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is the first time where I've done a proper guide like this. If it has helped you out in any way, or you feel it's going to help you out in any way, please like the video. And if you haven't already, maybe subscribe. Anyway, guys, as always, take care, and I'll see you on the next video.